On this episode of the Do Better Sis podcast, the ladies discuss Jay Holiday coming for Beyonce and SZA, Monique's call for a Netflix boycott, and her mother's quest to teach her daughter responsibility at the tender age of 5. Grab your girls, grab the wine, and get ready to do better, sis.
Welcome to Do Better Sis, where we let you know if your weave is too tight or your eyebrows are just not quite right. Where we strive to inspire, encourage, uplift, educate, and motivate our sisters. Join us, Charlie, Kay, and Phoenix, as we bring discussions on things such as health, building wealth, improving credit, investing, entertainment, and fashion in a language that you can understand. We spotlight what's going on in our communities and how we all can participate. Come and find out how you can do better, sis.
Are you ready?
Okay, so listen. So let's talk about current events, right? So we really need to know what's going on, sis. And social media has been all up in arms about this lady, this mother, and her 5-year-old child. Something about charging rent. All I could think about was that the Cosby Show episode where he was charging Theo when they were playing the game. So, Kay, what happened?
So, according to the article and to the Facebook feeds, we have a mother has sparked a debate among parents by revealing that she charges her 5-year-old daughter rent out of her weekly allowance. So, just kind of, I got a long article here, but the mother's name is Essence Evan. And she says that she pays the allowance is $7 a week. Every week, the little girl, she gets $7 a week in allowance. But and this is per the mother. But I explained to her that in the real world, most people spend most of their paychecks on bills with little to spend on themselves. So I make her give me $5 back. She wrote so. She gives the little girl $7 in allowance, and she makes her pay her $5 out of her allowance.
I think that is absolutely ridiculous.
And now it does say I'm still looking through the article, so it does say even though she makes her give her the $5 out of the allowance, the mother, Miss Evans, has a hidden agenda, secretly keeping the money to give to her daughter when she grows up. Now, what she doesn't know is that, and this is a quote. So now, what she doesn't know is the $5 is actually going away in her savings account, which I will give back to her when she turns 18.
Lies. I call bullshit. I call bullshit.
What do you call bullshit, Charlie?
I call bullshit. And she only cleaned that shit up because somebody asked her about it. I don't think that lady, Miss Essence, is saving $5 for her child to grow up to do college or whatever. I call bullshit.
So you don't think she's really taking the $5 and putting it in a savings account?
Hell no, absolutely not.
7-year-old girl.
This is the thing. Even if she was doing that, my thing is your lesson in teaching her responsibility. First of all, doesn't make any kind of sense. She's getting this money because she's doing chores and things like that around the house. So not only is she doing,
the article really doesn't say.
Okay, so if she's getting an allowance, usually we give our children allowances because they're doing things around the home, they are doing their homework, there are certain things they are doing in order to get this allowance. So not only is she doing certain things maybe around the home to get this allowance, she's having to pay for rent too. So you're double charging her
At 7.
at 5. Is she 5 or 7?
The little girl is 5. The
Oh,
daughter is
hell.
5.
Lady,
No,
no,
ma'am.
come
No, ma'am.
on.
No, ma'am.
So, really, you're teaching her how, guess what? Not only is the government going to cheat you, you're going to be cheating in your own household. So, you're going to clean up this house. You're going to do well in school. I'm going to give you an allowance. I'm going to take $5 from you in addition to what you're already doing around the house. I'm going to double charge you, just like the government double tax us in things. I mean, come on. That's ridiculous.
Well, I think that's a little bit too young. I do agree with the father not doing it. If she's gonna, even if she's putting like the money into a savings account, then she could at least up her allowance and then take it and put it so that she still is able to use her money to buy lip gloss or whatever 5-year-old.
Absolutely.
But now this is actually a topic that's really close to me because me myself, I started a full-time job when I was 14. I was in the ninth grade. I was not supposed to be working full-time, but it ended up being full-time. And after that, my parents, we were poor, so we didn't get an allowance. But when I started working, I had money. And now my parents never asked me to do it, but I lived at the house. I washed clothes. I ate food. So I kind of took it upon myself to buy, even though I wasn't paying like bills per se, but I did buy like soap and laundry detergent and toothpaste and deodorant for the whole house, not just for myself. I did that because I wanted to contribute to my family household.
The
So,
operative word is I. That's something that you wanted to do. I've been working since I've been 13. Okay. I did not have to pay any bills. I was not asked to pay any bills, but there were things that I did, or I remember a trip that I wanted to take um, with the group at school. I used that. That was going to be my spending money. I couldn't get the spending money from home, but I did use the spending money that I made from the little job. But that's different. Not you're going to pay rent. Now you look, and the parent is charging her rent. The parent put this in place. You decided to do those things to contribute to your household, and you were 14. This is a 5-year-old. So is she truly understanding what you say you're trying to teach her?
that's a good question.
Well, to add to that, you were 14 and you were 13.
Yep.
This baby is 5. Okay?
That's my thing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5.
In addition
She
to
ain't been
that,
in this world long.
she's just learning how to wipe her ass good, much less knowing right from wrong.
Yeah.
So I can see if mama said, you know what, you asked for this expensive so-and-so, we're going to open up you a bank account. You're going to earn $5 in allowance for doing your chores or whatever you need to do. I'm going to take you to the bank every week and you deposit this $5. She's not doing that. She's leaving this child with $2 to do whatever, and then she's charging her all this foolishness. The baby is 5.
So is she actually giving her $7 and asking her to give her back 5, or is she actually giving her $2? See, that's
Right.
my question.
A lot of the feedback and the stuff on like the social media and the other articles really does not break down what exactly.
Because the mama is a lie.
And not only that, it goes back to something that I find to be, it's very personal to me as far as how Black households raise their children as opposed to white households, and how we get our children prepared for life. Do we want to prepare our children to pay rent, or do we want to prepare our children to be owners of property,
right,
not paying rent?
Right.
It's okay. That's a great segue. So another part of this article says that someone else expressed the opinion that children shouldn't have to worry about adult responsibilities.
Absolutely.
Basically.
Writing, let your kid be a kid and enjoy their youth before they have to spend the rest of their life worrying about bills.
Absolutely.
She gonna mess around and snatch his baby edges out before she gets 10 years old. The baby's gonna be stressed out. Oh my gosh, what if I don't do this? What if I don't sweep the house good? Or what if I don't do this well enough?
And can't pay my
Right,
rent.
I can't pay my rent. Is my mom gonna have my bags waiting for me at the door when I get off the school bus?
Wow.
What's the repercussion of that?
That's one of the things that we do as Black people is we put too much pressure on our children
To be adults.
to be adults before time. I mean, most of us we've had younger siblings to where we had to raise them instead of us being children.
Hello.
So we were adults before we were chronologically adults. Here it is, you've got 14-year-olds who are raising kids of their own, and they're having responsibilities if they're in their 20s.
Absolutely.
When can the kids be kids?
Absolutely. I know with raising my child, raising my son, I did not look for him to do certain things. Christopher did not even get a job until he maybe was going to his senior year in high school. And even then, he only worked for 2 weeks because he did not understand that you can't decide that you're going to go into work later because you have something else to do and think that's okay. And that's what Chris did. He thought that he could go to his band meeting and then go to his job that
No,
he was
sir.
supposed to be at.
No, sir.
But he didn't understand that, which and I was fine with that because my thing has always been allowing him to be a child, allowing him to explore who he was and what his interests were, not in I have to worry about buying my own shoes or buying my clothes or buying my
Toiletries.
my toiletries. Exactly. I did all of that. That was my responsibility. I made it clear to him what his responsibility was. Each year he got additional responsibility. Okay, most people was like, okay, Erica, you earned this boy clothes. And he was like 10 or 11 years old when he could have been doing it himself. No, I did that as well. I did all those things for him. My only ask of him was to do his chores and he had to do his work in school. That was my big thing for him.
You asked him to be a kid.
Exactly. And that, not putting because I had to work. I started working when I was 13, not because I chose to. Guess what? If I was going to go on the school trip or do these extra things, we don't have extra money for you to go do these things or get your hair done. If you want to do those things,
That I can relate to.
you have to go and work.
Yeah.
And those things I had to do, even in college, I had to do, what is it called? Work study.
Mm-hmm.
I did work study, so I'm at work. My friends
At
parties or after class, they can chill or nap.
No.
I had to go work.
That is so crazy that you bring that up because I went to a very small school, state of North Carolina. Shout out to Raleigh, North Carolina. Peace College. It was when I went. Now, just recently they became a co-ed school, and I think the church has distanced itself. But when I went back in '90 whatever, it was all girl. It was Presbyterian affiliated. Maybe 500 students. There was only like 10 or 15 women of color that actually went there. So it was really small, really compact. And I, like you, I worked a lot. The job that I had been working since I had been in the 9th grade actually transferred my job there. So I was still working at that place. And then on campus, I worked at the library. I worked in the foreign language lab. And it's so crazy. I remember I was so tired and we had like a meeting. It was like the Minority Students Association meeting. And one of the girls were like, "Oh my God, you look so tired." I was like, "I am tired. I'm carrying 21-hour semesters. I'm working for a job."
That's a heavy load.
It was like, "Well, why did you choose to come to this school?" And I was like, I just because I have to work harder to get the money to go or get a better education doesn't mean that I shouldn't do it."
Right.
We had a big conversation. It was almost like a fist fight about it.
And see, even in that, when you said that, just because I'm tired doesn't mean that, or I'm here when they ask you the question about being tired. But okay, so you felt like it was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So even going back, when you talk about this 5-year-old child, will she grow up thinking
that this is worth it?
This is worth it for me to have some place to live. And for me personally, I think that is the mentality that we want Black people to get away from. That's, to me, that's that impoverished mentality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's not the mentality where, okay, you know what, live life, go for something greater, go for something better. Not just, you know, why not say, teach your daughter, I'm putting this money aside for you. So when you do get to a certain place, you have something, you know, you have a little nest egg, because we don't teach our children a lot about savings and about credit. Sit down and talk to her about credit. Hey, you know what? You like getting your nails done. Okay. So I'm giving you $5 a week. It's gonna cost you, I don't know how much they charge little children to get manicures. I don't know. I'm certain it's not the same. Yeah. So if you want to get your nails done once a month, you have to make certain that you have the money in your account in order to get your nails done. Now, if you decide that you want to get your nails done before you have the cash or the money available to you, you can come to me and I'll loan you the money, but you have to pay me back.
Right.
And you're going to have the next 4 weeks to pay me back these additional monies that you've had to borrow in order to get your nails done. Hey, guess what you're teaching them?
How to borrow money, pay it back.
Absolutely. So those are worthwhile lessons. But this whole thing about I'm gonna charge you rent and you're 5 years old. That's too much pressure on a 5-year-old.
We're not going to do that in my household.
We're not doing
that.
I just want to throw this in because Phoenix brought it up. So we're talking like the difference between survival mode and prosperity mode, right? So survival mode means there's no long-term or medium-term plans. It's
Right.
all about getting through the next 24 hours. The end of the week feels like a long way off. When you're stuck in survival mode, you feel like you'll never dig yourself out of a hole. You barely have the resources to answer the phone, return calls, and meet urgent deadlines. In fact, you spend a lot of your time trying to extend those deadlines or coming up with excuses for having missed them. And this is according to the Rosen Institute. So,
Black life.
So
It's the
what
only
we're
life
saying
we
with this
teach.
is that we're
Black
just teaching survival
life.
mode instead of prosperity.
That's what we teach. That's what we teach in a lot of Black households. And
Unfortunately, that's all we know. We have to break the cycle to say, listen, we're going to start planning for these things.
Right. And you know what? And one thing I'm gonna say is stop paying those tithes. But anyway, we'll come back to that in another episode.
That's the conversation.
Use that money for something else.
That 10%, honey. Pay your 10%.
Look, some people paying $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a year. Just imagine you're paying tithes you're paying $3,000 to $5,000 a year, and if not more in tithes. You think over a 10-year period how much money that is.
And what you could just has the church done for some Bitcoin?
Absolutely. Bitcoin. Hello, that's something else we'll be talking about. But that's a good point. So you think about that type of money that you are investing in the church, and over a period of time, you're paying, if you pay $5,000 a year for 10 years, how much money is that?
Wow.
I think we need to insert the cha-ching
sound
at this point.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later. But anyway.
So the verdict on the mother who's charging her 5-year-old daughter rent, we veto that. We say what? We say what? We say what?
Do better, sis.
Do better, sis. Do better, sis.
So let's kind of move towards. I saw this article and I chuckled softly to myself. You guys know how I do. Anybody remember Jay Holiday? Mr.
Who?
Put you to bed.
Who?
Jay Holiday.
Oh gosh, when was that out? When did he talk about? When did he sing that?
J. Cole. I don't like Jay Holiday.
I'm definitely here
Look,
for
Jay.
Cole, but at this point we need to get Mr. Jay Holiday all the way together.
Look, I'm done with Jay Holiday. The fact that he came for B. I'm done with him.
So let's now what did Jay? Let's tell the people why we're so outraged with Jay Holiday. What did Jay Holiday do?
Jay Holiday went out there and put out there how outraged he is with the fact that there are certain women who are benefiting off of their life experiences and creating hits from by singing songs based on what they've gone through. He's feeling some type of way about that. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, what else are you going to sing
So
about?
he's mad because women are putting their pain on records and it's selling. Obviously, somebody's relating to it.
Same
Platinum and gold
shit that's
and
been going on
you
since
know.
the beginning of music. We're, basically, it's not about celebrating pain. It's about, you know what?
Expressing it.
Yeah,
Put it out there.
expressing it. Hell, this may be the unpopular opinion, but I like Mary J. Blige better when she was getting her ass beat.
Yes,
She was on drugs.
yes. What's the 411, Mary?
Okay, I don't want to hear anything about a hateration, moderation,
In this
celebration
No.
in the dancery. I need to hear about you going down.
That's
I
right.
need you to get him together and snatch his edges about the secretary.
That's right. I was your lover and your
So hold on,
secretary.
see, I found the article. So Jay Holiday puts himself back on the radar by targeting Beyonce, Cardi B, and SZA. That's SZA. Grammy nominations. So R&B singer Jay Holiday, who is mostly known for his single "Bed," has gone off on an Instagram tangent in response to the Grammy nominations and the women that have received nods, targeting Beyonce, SZA, Cardi B.
Wait, stop right there. Stop right there, Kay. So, did he not talk about his experiences when his one hit?
Not the one hit.
I mean,
He
come
just got
on.
one.
I mean, bed. His bed. I mean, what is that talking about?
I don't
That's
even
talking
remember
about,
any of the words besides the chorus about him trying to put you to
yes,
bed. I don't. Let
because
me
that's what
see.
men do. They try to put you to bed. He's
Charlie.
talking about his experience. I
Let's
mean, my
see.
God.
So it says targeting the three that I've already named: Beyonce, SZA, and Cardi B. Jay tells the crew of black women to stop using. This is a quote: "Stop using that fucking pain to make it okay to say some bullshit on your record and get nominated for a Grammy for going through some bullshit because so have I as a black man."
Well,
Okay.
sing about it, then. Sing about it. Shut the
Look,
fuck up and sing
thank
about
you.
it. Where have you
Come,
been, sir?
thank you. Where you at? Where you at? And not only that, you look, J. Cole. Not J. Cole. I'm sorry, Jay Holiday.
Jay Holiday.
Come on, let's go back. Black people have been doing this since slavery.
Honey.
Guess what? How else could they communicate what was going
You
on,
better preach over there.
what was getting ready to happen,
Uh-huh.
and what we're getting ready to do, but by singing about what's going on? This is what Massa is doing. We tired of this. And so if you tired too, guess what? Meet me at a crossroad tonight because we on our way out of here. But it was done through song. It was done through it. Let me express my pain. Because hello, wade in the water. Guess what? Because I couldn't go to Massa and complain. You know?
Come on.
Could I go to Massa and vent my grievances to Massa? No. But
not if you wanted to.
Hello. And if the only way I could vent this out was through song in the cotton fields and everybody else join in with their humming, then so be it.
We out there plotting through song on how we gonna kill Massa. We ain't want to let everybody know that shit.
Say it again, Charlie. Say it again, Charlie. Say it again, Charlie.
The people who was down got the message.
That's right.
The
and that's
people just thought it was a wonderful song.
But here's the thing, and this is the issue I have with this entire Jay Holiday thing. Don't come for the sisters.
Don't.
What you need to do is you need to get your ass in the studio.
Glow up.
Thank you. You need to write something and then change the narrative at that point. You sit here singing about sex. I honestly can't even tell you another one of your songs without looking you up on Wikipedia. So what I need you to do, sir, is I need you to sit on back and I need you to either get in the studio or disappear. Okay, and on that note, we will move on. So,
Well, guess what? For you, Jay Holiday, we don't say do better. No, we are going to say do better, sis.
ooh,
Because do better, sis.
Do better. If you know better, you'll do better.
Amen.
Sis. Because you sound like a what?
Bitch.
Biatch.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
We wilding right now.
I'm so sorry.
So what's up next? What do we got next?
So listen,
Whew.
you know, everybody has that spirit animal. Everybody has that celebrity or that famous person that they were like, damn, that's my auntie, that's my uncle, that's my grandma,
That's my
such and
sis.
such, that's my sis. In this case, let me tell y'all,
Mm.
Miss April Ryan
Whew.
All right.
Whew.
is auntie. Yeah, everybody
That's-
saying Auntie Maxine.
Ah,
No.
hell,
April
Miss
Ryan
April Ryan. Yes, ma'am.
is my auntie. Let me tell you, April Ryan, if you do not know who she is an American journalist, okay? She's an author. She is a White House correspondent, okay? She is with the American Urban Radio Networks. Let me tell you something. April Ryan will read you for all of the filth, honey, that exists in the universe and not think twice about it. She comes with receipts, honey, and all you got to do is sit down and shut up.
Mm.
So, April Ryan was talking about how she's received death threats on CNN. Okay, an interview on CNN, she was talking about, and this HUD official, I don't even know who this lady's
She's
name
not a HUD official. She is the young lady who did some type of event planning.
She did the wedding for one of 45's children.
Correct.
Okay.
And got the job as with HUD.
Yeah.
Whatever problem she doesn't have, event planning does not give you the
But wait a minute, what qualifications? This administration knows absolutely
I was
nothing
getting ready to
about
say.
qualifications from
I
top
was
to
going
bottom,
to say.
bottom to top, middle.
If
Nobody.
this is not, it's not what you know, but who you know.
Basically.
No matter where you're from, you can be in the backwoods of
her name is
West Virginia.
Lynn Patton.
Lynn Patton. Well, and I have the article pulled up, so let's see. So this happened about 2 or 3 days ago. Housing and Urban Development official Lynn Patton tried it with the White House reporter April Ryan and realized way too late that Ryan is really not the one.
Too late.
Not the one. She is not the one.
She came from Miss Ryan, and Miss Ryan didn't send for her.
Well, first of all, she was being disrespectful.
Yes,
okay,
she
because
was
she
calling
called
her
April Ryan Miss Piggy.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can have a discussion and you can, basically disagree without going to insults, and that's where she messed up.
Well, that lets you know where a person is intellectually when they become, that's been hostile, and they start to appeal to their base way of communicating.
That's
like from those, she came straight out the cave.
But you know what it is? She was following suit of leadership. That's exactly what they do when they can't find any facts. In the traditional sense, facts, not alternative facts, but facts. What they do is they immediately resort to insults from the top to the bottom and from the bottom back up. That's all they know how to do.
Because that's what we normally respond to. That's why they do it. We've reinforced that.
But Miss Ryan's record is impeccable.
Absolutely.
There's been no question of her integrity.
Absolutely.
Or anything else, and that's the only thing they had.
I mean, this is someone that the president even came for.
No, the president.
How are you going to tell this lady, this journalist, to set up a meeting for you? That's not her job, sir.
So, but wait a minute. But listen to this. The tweet says, "I hear #Miss Piggies still on a rampage." She wrote in a since deleted tweet. What I have the issue I have with this is the fact that you deleted the tweet. I was always told if you're gonna say it, mean it, and stand in your truth.
Stand by it.
Yeah, I said it. I called her Miss Piggy, and what? She should have stuck with that.
And then she called her a bankrupt
blogger. Come on now.
This lady, Miss April Ryan, has the receipts. She
resume.
But okay, let's stop. Okay, let's stop here, because this is what my thing is this, and this is what I personally get tired of. That we're always having to take the higher road.
Oh, yeah.
See?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, but if a bitch comes for me like that, guess what? Forget all that intellectual bullshit.
Not that
There you go.
intellectual.
Guess what? We're taking it straight to the streets,
Gutter.
bitch. Hello, where we taking it to, Charlie?
Gutter.
Straight to the gutter. You call me what?
Mm.
You call me who?
Now, my hands.
I'm sorry.
I'm already hands up for April Ryan all day. But when the tweet that she delivered, the clapbackery that occurred on this Twitter feed, honey, she absolutely took the high road, and she still did not pull her punches. Let me see.
But see,
Wait a minute.
that's my problem with us. We take the high road, and even the clapback doesn't truly have an impact on the other.
Because they're oblivious.
Well, let me read. Hold on. Let me read.
Hold on, but before you go there, people like April Ryan, Roland S. Martin, people who are intellectual,
I love Roland.
who can clap back, and they are the kings and queens of clapbackery.
Clapbackery. Yes.
They get you together to where you actually sit back and question your life's purpose. But when you have people in 45's administration, some of that shit goes over their head, and they'll be like, "Oh, she didn't say anything. La la la." No,
Absolutely.
I need you to get into the fact that she snatched your life from you.
But that's how we see it as intellectual women. We see the clapback.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're talking about someone, as you stated earlier, who's from the gutter, they don't respond to intelligence.
Yeah, that is true.
And see,
you have
that's
to know your audience.
Know your audience, and
That's
that's my problem. We're always having to take the higher road. We have to come back with something, that's intelligent. But guess what? When it's all said and done, you calling me Miss Piggy, so you want to go there.
You want to go there out of all the other things you could have said.
So that's the conversation we're having.
Yeah.
So we cannot have an intelligent conversation where we, respectfully agree and disagree.
And
You
have
want to
valid
get
points on whatever side you
absolutely. So you want to go gutter? So let me size you up and tell you who you look like. It's my turn now.
So
Listen.
April Ryan's reply to hold on, we're gonna go back. Let me go back. So this is what Lynn Patton had to say after she said the Miss Piggy remark and posted it on her Twitter.
I'm insulted by that.
So she said, I deleted my last tweet by choice. No one from this administration contacted me. It was beneath me, and I apologize to April D. Ryan.
Look at these damn apologies.
To respect others and I regret my response. I apologize to them at Secretary Carson and the Trump family. They deserve better. So that was Lynn Patton. That was the one who actually came from Miss April D. Ryan. So Miss April D. Ryan, she replied, fake info girl, check your facts. I work for American Urban Radio Networks, not Sheridan. Whose wedding are you planning now, and what wig company do you work for? And that was posted January the 24th. That was April D. Ryan's. And then, of course, she kept going. Kick rocks, little girl. Find a job at Lynn Patton. I ain't the one. Girl, bye. Blogger girl, I do news. What do? Do you work at HUD or play at it? You washed up wedding planner. Girl, bye.
Now I love that part. That part I love.
Since when did I go bankrupt? Tell me, because I want to know. I find it fascinating. You and your girl at Omarosa 45.
Come on.
Yes, April D. Ryan. Are concerned with my money when yours is questionable. I can show my taxes. Can you?
Oh, now that.
Do you
that.
also take conversations like a girl Omarosa who might have a date with Mueller since she has so much to say?
Ooh.
Listen, all
yes,
of the
okay,
yes.
okay,
over and spilled out onto the
now
floor.
that I am certain.
Snatch your soul out.
Yes, that's snapping your edges or pulling your edges out, whatever.
Pull
them, snatching. Guess what?
All of that.
Look at here, flat iron them, whatever you got to do.
Everything but putting some
yes.
wild growth oil on it.
Yes, all of that.
But grow your edges.
All of that. All of that.
Not only that, when you tweet something like that, you have to understand that one, you're a celebrity. In addition to you being a celebrity, you're tied to this administration. Mm-hmm. You at this point can no longer be your guttural self. You have to represent your office. Mm-hmm. And on that note,
none of them are representing the office any better.
But
Exactly.
actually they are, because this is exactly what the fuck the administration does. They take it straight to the playground. That's all they know how to do.
Well,
But
yeah.
can't none of them
So they are
fight.
representing this administration, but they are not representing the office.
Right.
They really are not.
They are not.
I mean, this entire administration is a joke. Anyone that knows me know that, especially, my thing has always been CNN all the time. But since this administration, I can't do it. I cannot do it without being angry.
Angry
Yelling at
and
the TV,
upset and
throwing
blood
shit at the
pressure
TV.
high, just panic and
Absolutely.
anxiety. It's just too much. It's
you
too
know,
much.
I can't do it. I can't do it, and sometimes I feel like it's irresponsible
It is.
because, especially as a black person, we need to know exactly what's going on. But every when I do check in, it's still bullshit. So nothing has changed.
All day,
And
every day.
I can't do it. I cannot do it. It's ridiculous. So guess what? Let's focus on what's going on in our immediate areas.
Right, right. And I definitely appreciate Auntie April. And April, if you're listening, hey Auntie. She's always representing,
I
her
think y'all are
office.
kind of related too, Charlie, because y'all look alike. She always reminds me of you for some reason.
I think, and I wish Lynn Patton would come for me with a Miss Piggy. She think April got her ass together. It's gonna be. Listen,
You
I'm
coming to the
sorry.
gutter. You gonna come straight to the gutter.
Ready. One foot stay in the gutter, ready for people who like to come for me. But I definitely, appreciate her representing her office and the establishment, with dignity and grace, because that whole thing with her and Omarosa, at this point, the dignity would have been gone. It would have been
Long
out of
time
the
ago.
window. It would have been boxing gloves on, Vaseline on my face, earrings to the ground. Let's go. But
Absolutely,
again,
absolutely.
I definitely appreciate Auntie April for keeping it clean and keeping it cute. So
Absolutely.
the Do Better Sis Award goes to.
Are we giving that award out right now, or are we
Yeah.
going to go to the next person?
No.
I don't know if we want to do better, sis, right now,
We'll see. Here's the
because
thing.
I think our next person is going to get that award.
You know what? You're right.
I think the
You're
next
right.
person is
You're
going to
right.
get that award.
You're right.
She's had me on edge all week.
You know what?
I am
stand
sorry,
corrected. I stand
but
corrected.
I do believe that when you go to negotiate your earnings or your pay, let what you are doing, be commensurate with what you're asking for. If I haven't heard from you in 10, 15 years and you're wanting me to give you all this money, I don't know what you're coming with. So, with that being said, we are going to talk about Miss Monique herself. Everyone knows or have heard, I'm certain everyone has heard, that Monique has been going on a rant about her offer from Netflix. She's not happy about it, and that's just an understatement. She's definitely not happy about what she says that Netflix offered her for a special. She compared herself to Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock, and she's even come against another woman, Amy Schumer, and what they offered, what they gave her. And Monique says that, she's insulted by what Netflix is offering her, what they offered her. She is an Oscar winner, and she is the most decorated comedian alive. I don't know who told her that Whoopi Goldberg was dead, but Whoopi is alive. She's definitely alive. We see her every day on TV. Whoopi has a Tony, if I'm not mistaken.
I think she does.
She has an Emmy, if I'm not mistaken. She has an Oscar, if I'm not mistaken. So, and she's very much alive. So to say that you're the most decorated female comedian alive.
But she actually didn't differentiate. She just said the most decorated. Here, we're gonna play
Alive or dead. It doesn't matter which one. My thing is this. Look, you can't compare yourself to Whoopi. And Whoopi, okay, we're gonna hear what Monique is talking about.
Hold on. Let me. Here we're gonna start it over. Hold on. Let's see. See if we can get some volume on this thing. Okay. So this is her. Her reaching out to the black community to boycott
Netflix.
Netflix.
They go $9.99.
Stop. Just stop. 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 Stop.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
Stop.
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 Let's stop.
Stop. Just stop.
Everybody
Right.
heard.
Because at some point you got to be able to protect your energy from bullshit, and I'm calling bullshit on Monique, sis.
Now, okay.
Okay,
Now this
so
is how I
we're
feel
going to
about
get
this.
into it with the whole Monique thing. So we talk about Monique and the offer. Monique is saying that Netflix offered her $500,000 to do this special, and she's insulted by that offer because of who she is and what she feels like her worth
But
is.
who are you, sis? It's
Who,
2018. Please come with receipts. What have you done since almost Christmas?
on the comedic level, we're not talking about Precious, where you received the Oscar for a drama. We're talking about a comedy special that you want Netflix to back. But the last time I can recall that you were relevant when it came to a stand-up comedy act was it Queens of Comedy? Or was it the she did I know she did something with the prison and the females in
I
She
could have
did.
prison.
been your
She did do an
cellmate.
HBO.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
could have been your
She
cellmate.
did do an
So,
HBO
I mean,
special.
I don't know how many years ago that was, but if I'm not mistaken, some of the same
Now,
things she even did in that
She
show,
did on Queens of
she did
Comedy.
on Queens of Comedy. Here we are, Queens of Comedy was back in what, 2001? Here we are 17 years later. So let's talk about that because
let's talk about
is
it.
there's someone said, and based on anonymity, that she actually was offered $3 million by Netflix if she would give them an audition. And she felt insulted by the fact that they would ask her, being that she is the most decorated comedian alive or dead or what have you, that she would be asked to audition. She was insulted by that. So of course, Netflix thing is, if it's my understanding is, okay, so if you're asking us to back it, we can do 500,000 without you auditioning. So
Well,
what
let's
say
talk
you?
about this. Let's talk about this
Legs.
now. I mean, the streets. We already know that Hollywood itself has already deemed her as a difficult talent to work
No,
with.
she's deemed herself as a difficult
Hold
talent
on,
to
hold
work
on.
with
Absolutely.
because she
However, but
can't
she is
control her
not the
fucking
only
mouth.
one. We got all these rapers and pedophiles that are still commanding and getting paid their $20 million per film, even though people know they are fucked up ass people and
Okay,
they're doing
then
fucked up
with
shit.
that being said,
So
no, with that being said, then why boycott Netflix?
now,
Why won't you just boycott
There you
Hollywood?
go.
well, now me myself, I don't subscribe to Netflix, so I don't
I
watch
do.
it anyway, sis. You know what I'm talking about. So you don't have to ask me to boycott it because I don't even watch it anyway. However, I mean, even though now I understand why people won't boycott Netflix. The part of it though, I mean, there's when you have something or situations like this, they come from somewhere. There's still, I mean, just because it's just like the Me Too movement, just because people don't like Monique or she doesn't have the receipts, doesn't mean that her argument is not valid. There is still a huge disparity in the pay gap between black women, and white men anywhere. Netflix is still Hollywood, even though it occurs on internet. It's still Hollywood. So there's still a disparity in that. The ageism, people are getting older, so they don't cast them as much unless these individuals like Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, they put forth their own movies. That's why they get in these roles still. But because they're old, a lot if they go to audition, a lot of these roles they're not going to get if they're not providing their own content. So, I mean, her argument is still valid. I don't care for the way that she's put it forth and the way that she's trying to campaign for it, but the argument itself is still a valid argument.
I understand where you're coming from, and I appreciate you wanting to be your sister's keeper. But at this point, we need to call a spade a spade. If she had come off the dome and from the very beginning and saying, listen, I feel wronged because this is what it is, and Netflix only offered her $500,000,
Okay.
I would have the same position that you have. But see, what she did was she didn't provide us with everything so that we can have it informed or make an informed decision. She left out the $3 million.
In exchange
Okay?
for the audition.
She left out the $3 million. All right? In addition to that, she didn't come with, oh, you know, well, black women are this and black women are that. Look, Wanda Sykes they didn't even offer her $500,000.
She said they offered her $250,000. That was on her Twitter page.
Okay, so Wanda Sykes is funny as hell. I don't know what y'all
say. Wanda, I love you,
Wanda Sykes is funny as hell.
I love you and your French wife, bonjour.
See, okay, so
bonjour, come on, ça va?
I understand your argument. I do. Had she taken that position, I would have been on her side. Still not boycotting Netflix.
Still not boycotting Netflix.
Here's the thing, and sometimes you got to show them, right? So what she should have done is she should have humbled herself and either auditioned for the big wigs at Netflix or said, you know what? Let me take the $500,000 since you guys are backing it. Let me sell out the venue. Let me make sure that I get all the thumbs up or whatever, and it's one of these celebrated and decorated comedy documentaries or whatever on Netflix, and then I'm going to come back to the table and I'm going to renegotiate my next stand-up. Look at Cat Williams. Dave Chappelle came in with a three. Dave Chappelle not even that funny anymore.
Dave Chappelle is awesome. Wait a minute.
Listen,
Dave Chappelle is a genius. That brother is a genius.
Whatever.
He's a genius.
I love Dave Chappelle.
He's a genius.
Sketch comedy, absolutely. Dave Chappelle stand-up, I probably chuckled very hard, maybe 2 or 3 times. Other than that, no. Look at Cat Williams. Cat Williams is funny as hell. Cat Williams I had 12, 55, different 11
right.
specials on Netflix. But you don't hear Cat Williams out here cutting the food because Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock got so much more money than he did.
And they crossed, and the thing about it is this. Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, they are crossover comedians.
Basically.
So it's not just they are depending on black audiences to make them relevant.
Everybody loves Chris, literally.
Exactly. Monique appeals to black audiences. Okay, so let's go back to Dave Chappelle for just a moment. People say, well, Dave Chappelle came back and he wasn't relevant or he didn't have anything going on. But guess what? Dave Chappelle walked away from $50 million. He did it on his own accord.
Yeah.
He did it on his own accord.
He's a rock star.
I'm sorry. He did not just become irrelevant. He just said, forget that. I'm not doing it. Yeah. So guess what? We see that it's not all about the money with Dave Chappelle. And I'm sorry, I find him funny as hell because he has an edge to him and his delivery is edgy, but it's also funny. You know, people don't see him as a threat. And even his crossover audiences into white America, guess what? Even though he talks truth, they still don't see him as a threat, although he's saying a lot of things that make us think and make us have discussions. Now, Monique, this is the reason why it's not that I'm not supportive of Monique and what she's saying, because she's speaking truth. My issue is this. Where were you when all these other artists were speaking the same truth? I didn't see you on the bandwagon. No. I didn't see you out there saying, yes, we are not, there's a clear disparity with how you pay black artists or, black actors or women as opposed to white artists or white men. So that's one thing. My thing is Monique seems to be doing something that is more self. It's about herself. She didn't like the fact that they made these offers to her. She felt insulted. That's what I don't back. So because my thing is this, don't come to Black America when you need us to support you. When you haven't even been around, where have you been? Right. Where were you? No, I'm not going to support you because to me, you're only about securing a bag for yourself and your husband. To me, it's not all about us as a collective whole. And if I feel like you're doing it for selfish reasons, no, because for one thing, the whole thing about disparity, whether it's from an entertainment place or if it's from this everyday person, the whole thing is this: there is a clear gap in with pay,
Definitely,
and minorities and women. I cannot argue that.
Yeah.
But I don't see you out here holding hands with me. When they were talking about the workers at Walmart and what they're getting paid, or just the everyday corporate America black woman compared to the everyday corporate white woman and what she's getting paid, or a white man getting paid, I have not seen Monique out there. And I have not heard from Monique. And not only that, and I'm going to put this out there, where the hell was Monique when our sister, Serena Williams, who go for hers, who work hard, who has proven herself time and time again, who pregnant. And pregnant, and guess what, and still relevant, when she wrote a whole article about the disparities in pay last year. Where was Monique then? I didn't see her saying, you know what, I support my sister Serena Williams. You know, my loves, Serena's out here. She's doing a thing. She's standing up for us, and she's making a statement. Where were you, Monique? We didn't hear from you until Netflix told you that either you can get $3 million by auditioning, or you can not audition and we back your project with $500,000. Right. Oh, that's when we hear from you, Monique. Now you're talking junk. You're talking loud
and ain't saying shit.
And ain't saying nothing. So you want to use us collectively to send a message to Netflix. When Netflix, I'm sorry, has done more for us than you have, because guess what? We can be entertained for what? How much a month? You look, when we can't afford to go to the movies, we can just go ahead and go ahead and sign into our Netflix and be entertained. So anyway, that's my rant on that.
I'm not here for shits or giggles with Monique. I'm not. But you know, the crazy thing is, back in the day when Big Monique came out, when
Big
Fat
Monique.
Girl, and I'm saying this as a big girl. When Big Girl
Y'all,
Monique
she ain't really
came
big,
through,
but anyway,
whatever.
She ain't no Big Monique.
Please
big.
don't
I'm
let
sorry.
this waistline fool you. Listen, when Fat Girl Monique came out, y'all,
we loved her.
Monique.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I saw her in concert stand up numerous times.
I did too.
Numerous times, okay? So when it comes, well, what the hell?
I don't know what this is right here, honey.
Technical difficulties with Kay over here playing
around.
So here's the thing.
I'm about to mute it right now. I'm trying to stop it. Keep going.
I can't.
Keep going.
See, that's Kay way of letting us know that she don't appreciate the fact that we're not in agreement with her and supporting our sister Mo. But anyway,
here's the thing.
We do not have to agree. We don't have to agree.
But here's the thing, and this is my issue with Monique, and this is my issue with a lot of women. Black, brown, green, purple, blue fish, whatever. Here's the thing, okay? When Fat Monique came out, Monique did more for big women than anybody else has ever done for big women.
Fat Girls, that's one of my favorite movies. PHAT Girls.
No, I mean, when she talked about when she was in Queen of Comedy and she talked about the skinny girls.
Listen,
look here, look, you're mean because you're hungry.
But you know what? And she was straight, and everybody was able to identify with her, be it you were fat, skinny, in between, obese, obtuse, whatever. You know, you were able to identify with what she was saying because you felt her pain. She was genuine. She was real. She was humble. Mm. She was humble and paid, right? Mm-hmm. But nowadays, you get this man.
You think it's the man?
Hell yeah.
You think so?
Absolutely. I think so.
But the streets wait a minute. They have an open relationship.
Listen.
I don't think it's about even being the open relationship. It's not even that.
It's not that. She has this man, Mr. Sidney Hicks. I think Hicks is his last name. I may be mistaken.
Yeah, Sidney.
Sidney came into her life, okay? And Monique now is smaller than what she's ever been. Mm-hmm. To us. I don't know if she's been this small or smaller in previous life. But Monique the comedian is smaller than what she's ever been. And Monique started having issues with celebrities when she came out and she talked about the sexual abuse that she, experience at the hands of her brothers and her uncles and all her family and everything knew it. She started that shit with Oprah. Oh, you had them on the show. You shouldn't have had them on the show. You should ask my permission. Whatever. What she should have done is she should have gone on the show as well to tell her side instead of attacking Oprah. What you're doing is you starting an unnecessary war with another black woman when you don't have to.
Absolutely.
Okay? Then you went.
She's burned a lot of bridges.
She burning bridges. She but that's where I'm going. You played in Precious. Okay, you was ashy face, you was white lipped, you was a hot ass mess. You played the hell out of this part as just as good as you drugged that fucking cigarette, right? You thought, oh, I'm too good to go out here and be on this press junket. How the fuck do you think you make this money? You have to market and advertise these movies. Oh, but you too good. Okay, cool, not a problem. But now you're burning the bridge with Tyler Perry and all of these big box
Lee
office
Daniels
and black people and directors, right? And these
yes.
movie houses and so forth and so on. And then you come for Lee Daniels. Lee trying to put you on. He's
Absolutely.
trying to put you on Empire. You were supposed to be the Cookie Lions. They didn't want Taraji P. Henson. You were supposed to be Cookie Lions, but what you do, you popping shit. You popping shit and you causing all kinds of friction with people that can put you back on.
And now just don't want to even work with you. Don't even want, look, they're not even giving any type of even clapbacks. They don't even want to even get into a discussion with you.
You blackballed yourself. And here's the thing, okay? If Monique had her own money to be able to put herself out there and to promote and to pay for her own shows, okay, and to market her own self, you know, to say, okay, this is what I'm doing, or I'm putting my own show on my network, so forth and so on, I would have more respect for her. But what you do is you decline in these offers for these people who actually trying to help you bring yourself back. Almost Christmas, was she funny? Absolutely, but she was in that shit with Gabrielle Union.
Gabrielle Union.
Young Fly, I love this Young Fly. He's funny.
Y'all, she's so fucking random. So listen,
this Young Fly is funny.
But she was in there with heavyweights.
Danny Glover.
Heavyweights, and you want to know why the 20 of y'all who was funny as hell collectively y'all got less than $1 million. I can't afford to give you $1 million when you standing next to Gabrielle Union. I can't give Gabby $1 million.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You?
I'm gonna definitely give Gabby the $1 million. I'm sorry. I'm gonna give it to Gabby. I'm gonna give it to look at and Danny. Look, we love you, Monique, but guess what? I may have to give you $500,000 too, like Netflix.
But that's what I'm saying. You have to make. You have to. First of all, you get paid what you weigh, right?
Absolutely.
And before Almost Christmas, Monique hadn't done anything besides Precious and a stand-up comedy thing before that. Yeah. And Blackbird. But how many of you have seen Blackbird?
I haven't.
I saw Blackbird. You know how I saw it? Netflix.
Netflix is out here.
But this is what I'm saying. Humble yourself. Fuck what it is your husband talking about. Because see, your husband is fucking around and he's going to get your ass in the poorhouse. Okay? What you need to do is you need to be able to separate. And if he your manager, shame on you and shame on him.
Don't do that.
Because you need to separate. You need to sit down.
Look, what's his experience?
Listen, and dicking your wife down does not constitute as managerial.
No, it does not.
It's not a managerial experience.
Because it does not pay the bills, Mo.
Clearly it doesn't, because they're showing us right now that it will not pay the bills. But here's the thing. John Murray, okay, came in and he shed light to all the fuckery that Monique is talking about. Okay? Oh, everybody was on her side. Oh, they only gonna pay me $500,000. John said, wait. Let me go and dispel these alternative facts. So here it is.
Yes, he
with the whole
wasn't he on YouTube?
Thing.
I think he did something on YouTube. It was great.
The whole Will Packer thing. You talking about how you can't get this, you can't get that.
What's his name again? John Murray.
JAWN Murray.
Yeah.
JAW. So you know,
he was on YouTube.
John came back and he laid it all out there.
He laid it all out there.
I mean,
he gave the background.
All out there. But here's the thing. Your husband going in and he trying to strong on Will Parker to say, hey, we want to turn around and give you another deal. But what Monique and Sydney did not tell you is that Will Parker said, if you do this movie for less, I will guarantee you we'll get you a show.
Pay him more in the future.
Here's the thing. Monique, I can't pay you whatever top dollar you asking for when I got 25 other heavyweights
Yeah.
in this same fucking movie? Not only that, these people actually gonna come and see the movie because Gabrielle Union is in it, because Danny Glover's in it, because DC Young Fly is in it, because Omar Epps.
Because I'm telling you, the only reason why I wanted to watch it was because I saw Danny Glover and I saw Gabrielle Union. And I'm sorry, I mean, she's downplayed, but Kimberly Elise, I'm sorry, I love her. And guess what? So if I had to put so if I had to put things in order, Monique, guess what? Maybe back in 2001, 2002, you would have been a pull for me. But in 2017, you were not the pull.
You know why?
I'm
because
just saying.
All you want to do is you want to pop shit on your little podcast. That's what you doing. You popping shit on the podcast just like we doing. But see, we three regular, ordinary ass women. You see what I'm saying? We regular.
500,000 is.
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody should offer me 500,000.
But wait a minute. Netflix can come to me and say, Charlie, and I'm gonna say yes, and they can say we're gonna offer you $2,000 to audition. Wait a minute. $2,000 to audition in front of these people. I don't think I'm funny, but I would make sure I go and get my $2,000. I need you to spell my name. It's CHR. Eli.
And guess what? Charlie is more relevant.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. But here's the thing. I know my worth.
Yeah.
She don't know her worth. But instead of you waiting on somebody to give you something and you claim you got the clout and you claim you are who you are and you claim you know your worth, show me.
Not only that,
back yourself.
Let's talk about this. Let's go. With that being said, even in corporate America, even the average worker, when you go to apply for a position now,
you better preach it.
When you bring your resume, how many years back do they say that you should go? How many years back? It's definitely it's not 10. It's not 15 years. We only want to know what you've been doing the past few years.
No more than 5 to 7.
Guess what? We don't want all of that. Because what you did back then, it's no longer relevant. Look, I did my best work. And the things that really, the position that really showcased my talent was goddamn look, the last time I worked at the American Red Cross was 2004. No one cares about that. No one cares about that. So guess what? That's not on my current resume. Even though that showcased my skills and the kind of skills I have, who's checking for that? No one's checking for that. That's way back when, baby. What have you done lately? What have you been doing lately? What has Monique been doing lately?
Not only
except her little the podcast mainly with she and Sydney and their open marriage and their open relationship. You're putting it out there, but let's be real about things. Yes, we can appreciate what you have done in your past, but we're talking business. If you are about business, sis, you understand that as a business, I'm not going to go into a neighborhood that used to be on and popping, but no longer is, and put my store there. Yes, it was a great neighborhood back in the day, but just because it was so great back in the day, I'm gonna put my store there and expect to make some money? Absolutely not. You come for Amy Schumer, a fellow comedian, a fellow woman, and you're coming for her. But the thing is, whether she's funny or not, I don't care if Amy is funny or not. Guess what? I have a strange sense of humor. I find her to be funny. I'm gonna put that out there.
Funny. She kind of hit and miss for me.
I find her funny. I've watched Snatched several times.
Snatched and Trainwreck.
Yes, I mean I'm just saying. Look. Is her stand-up really funny? No, I started watching her stand-up one night and I was like, no, I'm not feeling Amy Schumer in the stand-up. That's fine. But the thing about it is this. Who is she appealing to? What kind of audiences come in to see or hear Amy Schumer? Like someone said, Monique had how many followers on Instagram? Not even 1 million. I don't think it was 1 million. And Amy Schumer has over 6.5 million followers on Instagram.
But Amy Schumer is more relevant.
And she's more relevant. She's doing things. Guess what? Amy is directing. She's producing. She's starring in roles. When you look at Snatch, guess what? She is the headliner in Snatch.
Monique has 234,000
Look,
followers.
she don't
on
even have a
Instagram.
500,000 followers. So I'm just saying, are you relevant? Can I make money off of you?
Nope.
If I cannot make money off of you, why do you think? I'm gonna tell you.
Honestly, do you think?
I
For
don't think
example,
so.
We talked about this Christmas, right?
About
Do
Christmas?
you
About Christmas.
about Christmas? Do you think that movie or Almost Christmas?
Almost Christmas. Yeah,
Do you think
both of
that
us wrong.
movie
Which
would've
Christmas
made-
is it? I need y'all
One
to
of
let
those
me know.
Christmases.
Which Christmas?
It's
is it?
almost Christmas.
Almost Christmas.
Okay.
Do you think that movie would have done so well without Monique?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Or somebody else?
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Because let me tell
Absolutely.
you something. I didn't even know Monique was in Almost Christmas. Initially, I just didn't. The appeal to me was Danny Glover, which I'm sorry, I love Danny Glover.
He's classic.
And of course, I love Gabrielle. I mean, Gabrielle's a well-rounded actress. She can do anything. So, and I'm sorry, and I keep saying this. Everybody keeps saying Danny Glover, Gabrielle Union, and they even make reference to what JB Smooth
Yeah.
and DC Fly. Guess
DC
what?
Fly is hilarious.
Guess what? Everybody talk about them, but I keep saying, I'm sorry. I am a Kimberly Elise fan. So Monique was not even in my thoughts. And I'm telling you, Queens of Comedy, I love myself some Queens of Comedy.
I like some more.
And I love when Monique, although I wasn't a big woman, the fact that she got there and say, bitch, eat a biscuit.
Eat a biscuit.
You upset, you mean because you're hungry. You're hungry, bitch, you're hungry. Eat. I love that. I love that. And and even the women that I knew who were bigger, she made them feel proud of themselves.
Yes.
You know, she made them feel positive about themselves. I mean, she put out her clothing line for big women. I'm like, well, why can't you
And
make
it
a
was actually
look?
really
Wait a minute, I was
nice,
going to
too.
say because some of the outfits. I'm like, especially that dark green outfit, that leather outfit.
That shit was
baby,
hot. That shit was hot.
Baby, look, I said now I'm upset about that, Monique, because I want that outfit, but you ain't making it for me, my size. I got a problem with that, but that outfit was hot, and all the outfits that she put out there, because I went and looked, they were nice, hot outfits. You know, my thing was, you know what? She putting the big girls on the map. Look, we can be sexy too. We can be confident in who we are. You know, so that I respected. But this Monique, I'm sorry. I'm not checking for Monique. I'm just not checking for her at all. And the fact that she said that those who are not supporting her are a bunch of scared niggers, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to say N-word. She said niggers. And because I don't support you,
I do not like
I'm sorry, I got a problem with that.
Don't call me names because you ain't get your check. Okay?
Say it again. Say it again, Kay. Say it again, Kay.
Don't come at me like that without your short check. Your check is actually way more than I have ever made in my life, so I don't.
The three of us combined.
Charlie, she said, look, she didn't say small check. She said the short check. Your little short check.
You know what I'm talking about? Amy Schumer got the 13 million. I know she got the 13 million. But I'm just saying, sis, do not come for me
the
like
short
this.
check.
Don't call me the N-word.
But here's the thing. Do not alienate your base.
If that's who you talk
Definitely not your base.
Do not alienate
because that's
your
why you got
base.
offered the $500,000 because of your base.
Because they understand that you have some form of marketability. But do not alienate your base because you loose with your lips. Okay? I'm going to say it again for the people in the back so they can hear me.
Say it again.
Do not alienate your base because you loose with your lips. And is she really up for that getting nice? Okay.
Look, I'm getting ready to sit here and pause this. Right. So when we talk about, talking about boycotting a platform that appeals to a diverse group of people, and you think about what's the young lady name? She's on Sugar, Queen Sugar.
The one that just got engaged, the lady.
What's her name?
Sally Whitfield?
No, starting A.
Ava DuVernay.
Guess what? She talks about
DuVernay. Your phone gonna cancel.
Guess what? She would not have gotten the platform that she got if it were not for Netflix.
But you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Ava said, okay, if these people don't want to put my people on, I'm gonna put my own stuff out there. Ava started Array Films for Black films. She's producing, they're writing, and she has a platform for them to be on it.
And you know
Why
what?
the fuck can't Monique do the same thing?
And that was my other thing for Monique. So if they don't want to back you, or they want to give you what you feel like you deserve, then start your own shit. You know
Somebody
what?
on the Ben X.
If Monique
Facebook,
had come out and said, y'all,
they were gonna stream
Netflix
pay $20.
does not want to pay me what I think I'm worth, and they do. This is what Hollywood and other platforms do to minorities or women. You know what? I'm going to start my own company.
Right.
So I want y'all to support me.
Right.
You know, I'm going to do a
A
crowdfund,
live stream.
whatever,
Right.
and support me. Guess what I would have done?
Pay
I'd be like, you know
$5.
what? Damn it, I'm going to pay my whatever the amount. I would take this money or whatever other, because look, I have premium services with Tidal. I have premium service with Netflix. And there's one other one I have premium services with. But if Monique came and said, I'm going to start my own. I'm going to start this myself.
I want to do it.
So subscribe to my independent company so that I can support other artists.
But just like you're saying.
Guess what? I'm on it.
Hold on.
Oh, but just like you're saying.
Oh, I'm recording. It's recording. Mm-hmm.
Just like you're saying, like you have Tidal, you have had Spotify, you have this, you have that. I've got Netflix, I've got Amazon Prime, I've got Quality TV. Quality. It's Black owned.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like Netflix.
Okay.
I've got oh Lord,
it's another one out there too.
Bob Johnson started this one. Lord, I pay this man $4.99 a month. I can't even think of the name of the thing.
But the point is,
right? I still support exactly.
Right? Absolutely. So she'd come out like that. Then you know what? I'm supporting you because for one thing, I'm big on the fact that Black people need to start supporting us and our projects, so we don't have to worry about looking to them from someone else or begging someone. Exactly. That's what I want. So she had come out and said, you know what? Fuck Netflix. I'm getting ready to give Netflix some competition because this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm starting on my own.
Streaming comedian.
Guess what? I'm going to start a streaming service.
Yeah.
And I want get $2.99 because if it's strictly comedy, guess what? $3.99, $4.99 a month. Guess what? I'm on it. I like to laugh. Ha ha. I'm gonna laugh with you, Monique. Do it.
You know what's funny? You got people out here that's doing that now. Issa Rae started on YouTube.
Hello.
Issa Rae is awesome.
Issa Rae is now on YouTube and the Pantheon Network, and she's got Insecure on HBO and another show that's coming out.
Yes,
so
Insecure ran.
Insecure
ran all day yesterday. Insecure all day. You saw it yesterday? It was on all day. I watched it. Yes, I do like it.
They started a podcast on YouTube, and they just got picked up by HBO. Two Queens or something like something.
That's exactly what it's called.
And they got picked up by HBO off of YouTube.
That's what I'm saying. But the whole point is this: understand your worth, and in understanding your worth, stop begging the others to validate your worth.
Not only that,
and say, you know what? I feel like I don't need to audition because my resume,
Jennifer Lewis don't audition.
Speak for itself. That's a fool. Jennifer Lewis. What was Jennifer Lewis doing?
She said she don't audition.
But Jennifer Lewis is doing what? Even now, they have the little thing with like even with Kaya. When Kaya was doing a little thing and everybody was watching the shit, what Kaya and them doing now? They got their own little thing they're doing, and people are watching. But guess what? Market yourself.
Yep.
Stop looking for them to validate you and assign a worth to you. If you feel like look, as an artist, I feel like this is my worth, and this is what I expect as an opening bargain, or when I'm negotiating. This is what I'm expecting. When we sit down at the table, this is what I'm expecting to hear. If I hear something less than that, guess what? I'm getting up from the table.
But at the same time, with that, don't have your husband going and strong arm these executives.
Mm.
Okay,
Now
strong
I'm not
arm these executives,
don't
and then
work.
turn around and say, "Okay, we're gonna do this underhanded deal." Don't do that.
Don't do
So not only you popping shit to Hollywood, you gave Hollywood your ass to kiss and your dick, if you had one, to suck.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Cause she said that, suck my dick.
And
Did
then she said
County.
Oprah,
I
Lee
didn't-
Daniels,
You
Tyler
I didn't
Perry.
hear-
Can do
I didn't
what?
see the second
She
one.
said no,
Where have-
no,
not even she been
they
said this.
stand up years ago.
This been years
This is
ago.
stand-up.
She told him to
This is
suck her
stand-up.
dick.
She said,
This is
and
stand-up.
Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Lee Daniels can all suck my dick if I had one. What is that to say?
Oh wow.
What is that to say?
Monique, sis, I'm trying to be for you. I'm here for you. I'm trying to help you.
Look,
but you know what?
Monique tells Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Lee Daniels, suck my dick.
But here's the thing, and this is what we need to stop doing as a race. We need to stop getting behind people who identify with us racially and on a gender level. I'm looking at you like, okay, yeah, Kay's cool, yeah, Kay's a black woman, but if you fuck up, I'm gonna call you out on it. I'm not just gonna support you.
But I wouldn't ask for you to do
I understand
anything.
But you being a rational person would not.
Right.
But there are many who want to say, because I'm black or because I'm a black woman, you need to support me no matter what to show solidarity.
Hold on. That goes to the whole Oprah for 2020. I wouldn't want Oprah to be president.
Me neither.
I wouldn't want Oprah to go into politics, period. But what they've done is they've given a blanket approval or they standing behind her because she's a black woman. Don't do that. Yeah. Monique needs to shut the fuck up. Okay? That's all she needs to do. She needs to understand that nobody's checking for you right now, sweetie.
Nobody is.
You stay on that podcast and you do what you're going to do. And if you want to create your own lane, create it. But don't be upset with these people because they provided you an avenue. They provided you with funds. They gave you two options, not one. Two options, and neither of those options were good enough. It's a whole lot of money between $500,000 and $3 million.
And $3 million.
It's a whole lot of coins in between.
Hello.
But that wasn't good enough for you. The beginning, the middle, nor the end were good enough for you. So what you did was you said, you know what? I'm gonna get my black folk to boycott it. Truth be told, and y'all ain't want to touch this. But wait a minute. Truth be told,
boycotting on Netflix.
Wait, Kay. Say it, Charlie. Say it.
Half of us ain't paying for Netflix. Half of us
is sharing their account.
Half of us are sharing somebody else's Netflix account.
Hello. That's what. Because I promise you, I mean, I'm paying for Netflix, but when someone says something that they want to watch and they don't have a Netflix account, I offer them my credentials to help them out. I mean, you think my son paying for Netflix? No.
But if she were really thinking about it, that's not even an effective protest. That's not even an effective protest.
Because, again, I go back to what I said earlier. Who's going to be hurt first? Who's going to be hurt first? I mean, that's my thing. What are you even thinking about? Only thing you're doing is being emotional about your finances. Right. You're mad because you feel you deserve more. If you feel that you deserve more, then guess what? Take that. Guess what? First of all, I'm going to go for the $3 million first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to audition for you. And so,
blow that shit out with some new
hello. And I'm going to get that $3 million. And with that $3 million, let me tell you what I'm going to do. Since you played me, Phoenix. Guess what? I'm going to blow some shit out of the goddamn water and start my own shit. I'm going to be your damn competition. I'm going to take every black subscriber you have. And I'm going to take not even the black subscribers. I'm going to take the Hispanic subscribers. I'm going to take even some of your white subscribers. I'm going to be your competition. Because I'm going to get out here and I'm going to blow it out. Not I'm going to sit here. I'm going to start venting and talking shit and tell everybody to boycott you. But I'm not telling everyone what the real offer was. I'm not going to give them the entire. I'm not giving them the entire situation. I'm going to give them parts of it.
That's my whole issue with her.
That's my thing. Give us the whole thing.
From jump, I probably would have been on board with, okay, again, I'm not going to boycott Netflix for you, Monique, but I see where you're coming from. I'm going to share this on social media for you.
Thank you.
That's the support that I can offer you at this
Thank
point.
you. I'm going to share this.
Right, but it's just like saying, oh, you know, I hate my job. Oh, but they pay you well. But you don't want to go to the job. The job offered you a check, but you didn't want to go and make this money. So I'm supposed to hate the job right along with you? No, bitch, go to work.
Go
And
to
then
work.
you get the check.
Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely.
Secure the bag.
Shut the hell
Secure
up
the
talking to
bag.
me.
Secure the bag.
Secure the bag.
So,
I
Why
mean,
y'all should have secured the bag first?
this is
sis?
what, it comes back down to this. Monique chose to be a stand-up comedian.
Mhm.
That's what you chose to do. So in being in entertainment, you have to constantly be relevant in the entertainment world.
That's what she's missing.
And that's the whole thing. Guess you were relevant here. That was, guess what, Queens of Comedy? We loved Queens of Comedy. Even after that, even I could have been your cellmate.
Oh,
Whatever.
that was
Guess
hilarious.
what?
But you know what?
We
Wait a
love
minute.
that.
But wait a minute, even further than that, Shaq's All-Star Comedy Special,
Yes,
2010,
the
2011, right up in
yeah.
there. That was funny. But here's the thing. You can't keep asking me to pay $50, $60, $70, $30
For the same old content.
for the same old jokes.
Mm.
Okay? You can't ask me to keep doing that. Not only that, you can't turn around and celebrate the big girl in 2000, 2001, and then you done lost half your big girl. Now you want to turn around and tell me how I need to get my fat ass in the gym because being fat no more ain't
She
funny.
done switched it
But
up.
that's
She
what I'm
done
saying.
switched it up.
You're alienating your base.
You know what? And the thing about, and I'm glad you said that, because one of the things that I was thinking about last night, I was watching some of her videos on Instagram, where she has this trainer who works with her, and they're
And they
dancing and they're doing all those
posts
different
and stuff.
things. You know what? Why didn't you come back and say, you know what, sis? I celebrated with you in being big, but because
I'm on this journey
to get healthier, guess what? My knees was hurting, my ankles were swelling. That's not being healthy. So even though I can celebrate how great I look, and I can say that there's nothing wrong, I'm still sexy in being big. There's nothing sexy about limping. There's nothing sexy about the doctor telling you may need to have a
Fluid
whole
on your
knee
knees.
replacement.
Yes, and
You
get
know
them
what?
ankles.
So sis, big sis, we can still be sexy, but we can be sexy and small. Or we can be sexy and in shape
healthy.
and healthy. So this is the journey that I'm taking. Come and join me. Guess what? I can respect that. But you don't flip your whole goddamn script. The script done been flipped. You don't flip the script. You ain't checking for the big girls no more.
But
You
know
ain't,
what?
guess what? You got doggone bankhead bouncing on the got doggone videos. You got your little spanks on and all kind of stuff.
But you know what? At the same token, this is why we as women, okay, need to have that home girl or that sister or whatever on your team that is not a yes man or yes woman.
Absolutely.
Because when you surround yourself with yes men and people who are just there to collect
You will
check,
never grow.
You're never gonna get to where you need to be.
And
on.
it's never going to happen.
But if she had somebody on her team that genuinely cared about her, they would have pulled her to the side, saying Sydney, and said, hey, listen, you ain't been shit since almost Christmas. Okay? And then you really wasn't shit then.
I was going to say even then.
You changed a bunch of wigs, and I actually thought that was kind of comical. Okay? You ate some sweet potato pie, it was cute.
That's my
But listen.
That was funny.
Nobody has really been asking you to do anything because you out here telling people to suck your imaginary dick.
Oh,
okay?
No,
So
don't tell people that.
this is what I need you to do.
And you telling people who are giving
Making,
other minorities, other women opportunities to suck your dick. Oprah Winfrey, I don't care what you say. Oprah don't have to get out there and say, goddamn kumbaya. She don't have to get out there and say, fight the power. The fact that Oprah's giving people opportunities. Because guess what? You think Iyanla would have had a goddamn show called
Iyanla Fix Your Life.
Fix Your Life on any other network.
You think Gail King would be on CNN?
But wait a minute.
Say it.
Wait a minute.
Say it.
Hold on. To your point, Iyanla had a big issue with Oprah. And
I know she did.
Oprah had a serious beef. But
yes, they did.
Iyanla at now? Iyanla
She's
had to humble herself.
That's right.
She had to humble herself and go back to Oprah and said, you know what, my bad.
Because guess what? We were not getting a Jet magazine to find Iyanla's page to read about what's going on in the world. Or she telling us, giving us advice. Nobody was picking up the damn Jet magazine and reading those articles. So beloved, yes. So that's what I'm saying. So you're coming after people, Monique said that she did not see where Oprah was out here standing up for black people. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck the stand up for black people. She's giving them damn jobs and opportunities. So forget that. Lee Daniels is giving these people opportunities. And
shout out to Queen Latifah.
Help. That's my girl. I love her. I love her.
Hey, Dana,
and Tyler Perry, guess what? As much as we talk shit about Tyler Perry been giving black people opportunities that we never. Guess what? Look here, Kevin. Look here. How many shows I've gone to at the doggone Township Auditorium to watch a doggone Tyler Perry play. As corny as some of them were, I was right there supporting him. But my point is this: he's giving people opportunities, and some of those same people that were working the Chitlin circuits.
Yeah.
Guess what? Are now on TV doing these things.
To the man.
So Monique, when you had an end and you could have bought all these people that you're saying that you're looking out for the people that's coming behind you, you could have bought all these people behind you, but you didn't. You didn't. You bought yourself. So now that, as you said it, Kay, her money is what?
Short.
It's short. Your check's short. Now you want us to support you. Now you're talking shit and calling us niggas because we don't want to back you.
I'm not.
Okay, so on that note, because I feel like we could talk about Monique.
Yes. So on that note,
wait a minute. Can we please give a moment of silence for the Do Better Award recipient, Monique? Right, and on that note,
Monique gets the what?
Do Better
Sis Award.
Do Better Sis Award goes to Monique.
No Do Better Sis.
Do better.
Come on,
do better.
Come on, man.
All right, that's it. That's the end of the show. We had a blast as usual. We really enjoyed you guys. Really enjoyed the conversation tonight. Hope you got something out of the topics. But don't be sad. Just head on over to our website at www.dobettersispodcast.com where you can get all the notes, all the links, and join in the conversation and discover some bonus content. Hit us up on our social media. Do Better Sis Podcast, IG, Twitter, and Facebook. Again, that's Do Better Sis Podcast on IG, Twitter, and Facebook. If you didn't get that or if I went too fast, don't feel bad. If you head over to the website, all of our social media links are there. Feel free to follow, like, and share, and we'll see you the next time.